Hey, this is Frank Honus, and I want to welcome you to the Pure Life Podcast, helping individuals live with sexual integrity through Jesus Christ. And so there's some conservative estimates that say about 20% of 16-year-olds and 30% of 17-year-olds have received some kind of sext, right? Which is a sexually explicit text message, right? If you've never heard that term before, sexting is sexual texting, if you will, from someone. So now our kids, not just now, but they have been texting each other sexually explicit messages, photos, and pornography has permeated our social media, with Twitter and Facebook and all these different things. I want to share with you a few different outlets that are being used for your own benefit, for your own knowledge, but also that you can share and help other people with. There's an app we've mentioned before on the podcast called Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat is an app that you can use to send pictures to someone, but you can set a timer on that picture, and after 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever, 30 seconds, it self-destructs. So the picture literally evaporates and disappears. And so Snapchat is now being used, right, for a lot of teenagers, many teenagers using our youth, using this app to send nude pictures of themselves, right? And that can self-destruct. Now, this is obviously it's self-destructed in their face because many people have been caught and arrested because of the ability for there to be screenshots, for you to be the ability to do a screenshot on your iPhone, or I'm assuming your Android device as well. So there's been many people who've gotten in trouble for that and arrested, and so really tragic, negative things. Snapchat and on Skype. Boyfriends and girlfriends are using Skype, this video chat kind of software, to masturbate in front of each other. Pretty wild stuff. Facebook and Tumblr are being used to post leaked sexual images of their peers online, and then there's a form of there's a trend happening called revenge porn, where ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends post sexual images of their ex online without them knowing. It's called revenge porn. And there's even something called online slut shaming that takes place. And this is when someone uses a girl's or a boy's photo, video, or private information to brand that person as promiscuous or provocative. Okay? These things might sound really crazy to you. They might sound really wild. But guess what? This is happening. This is happening, whether we like it or not. These things are happening every single day, every single hour of the day. These apps are being used, these social media, and again, Snapchat, Skype, Facebook, Tumblr, not revenge porn, obviously, but these social media outlets are not to blame. They're a medium, and that makes it much easier. But they're a medium, and it's a sign of a deeper problem within our culture. So the question begs the question, what do we do as parents? What do we do as educators? What do we do as leaders? How do we help this generation find really what they're looking for and help them and protect them when they're online, when they're doing their homework, when they're playing a game, when they're watching a video, whatever it is? How do we protect our generation, this generation of young people, and the coming generations from becoming hooked on porn, becoming hooked on the sexual material? I want to suggest a few things. Number one, the need has never been greater for mobile accountability. Right? So basically, what are we trying to say here? If you have a son or daughter, if you have a grandson or granddaughter, whatever, you have someone young in your family who has a mobile device, you really need to make sure that they have restrictions placed on that device, right? With an iPhone, you can put restrictions on it. Same goes with an Android device, I'm sure. Tablets and mobile devices, laptops, computers. There needs to be mobile accountability there. It is the most foolish thing To hand someone, a kid, a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old, an iPod Touch with no restrictions whatsoever. It's just foolish. Why would you ever do that? It makes no sense whatsoever. If there's any reason why, it's probably just for lack of knowledge, and it's probably just ignorance, and I understand that. But now we're informing you. Now I'm telling you. So number one, the need for mobile accountability is huge right now, and we need to make sure we're setting restrictions in place, we're setting boundaries in place for our kids. Number two, parents and schools need to be proactively teaching kids about the negative impact that pornography has. We don't need to be hiding from this issue. We don't need to be running from this issue. We don't need to be pretending like it doesn't exist, and that it's, which it is a perversion of what true sexual health is, but it's not. We need to stop we got to run from it and be scared of it. Okay. And there's a great ministry I've mentioned before here on the Pure Life podcast. It's called Fight the New Drug. Fight the New Drug is a ministry that goes from school to school, and they literally are able to go into schools, public schools, and do school assemblies on the negative effects of pornography upon a person's life. It's powerful stuff that they can do that. They can go in and speak with students. So there's ministries like this, emerging and happening. But we as individuals, as parents, as schools, as teachers, we need to be really teaching kids about this issue and the negative impact, not hiding from it, but helping our kids know that there is something better, that true sexual intimacy and wholeness is real, and it's meant between a husband and a wife, two people in marriage. Number three, we need to recognize that the secrecy that goes along with internet pornography. There's a lot of secrecy. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of hiding that when a person finds porn for the first time. And again, are we setting those restrictions? Are we installing the filtering software that we need? A few examples here: X3 Watch, Covenant Eyes software, Safe Eyes, Canine Web Protection. These are all filtering options and options that you can put on your devices to protect those eyes from viewing porn. So there is a lot of secrecy that goes along with it. There's a lot of shame, and we need to remember that it's very easy to hide from this kind of thing. And then lastly, number four, we need to really be within the home, okay, encouraging an environment of loving accountability, right? A loving accountability. And this goes beyond the filters. This goes beyond the software. This goes beyond, a lot of the systems we might put in place. This system, if you will, is an environment that we build of loving confession, support, accountability, encouragement, that we talk to our sons and daughters about what it means to be a person of sexual integrity. And there's a certain timing for all that, I understand, and I don't necessarily know when the specific timing will be. I think it's different with every child. But we need to have that conversation, and we need to really encourage that environment of openness, of honesty, of transparency in the home. That there's no hiding, there's no secrets, there's no nothing that we're keeping in the dark, that things are put out into the light. And so we need to really, really cultivate that environment within all of our homes. It's not just about putting filters in place and software. Those are great things, but we also need to be lovingly talking and being with our kids and helping them understand what it means to, what sexual purity really means. So I want to share those things with you. I hope that was helpful for you this week on the Pure Life podcast. Understanding pocket porn, that there really is a rising trend right now of a number of kids, thousands and hundreds of thousands, and I would even venture millions of kids that have the potential of discovering pornography, and many are becoming addicted and have no idea where to turn. That was my story. I thank God that I was able to find freedom, but that's not the case for everyone. And so we need to really be helping kids understand what's going on. So listen, you can email me anytime, Frank@purelifepodcast.com, if you have any questions whatsoever. about this podcast. We have archives on the website. We have all of our social media links. You can email me, frank@purelifepodcast.com, like I said, and find us on the website, purelifepodcast.com. We're on Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, all over the place there, Twitter, Facebook, all kinds of ways to connect with me and the content that I post on the site. Back from a vacation this week, so it'll be some good content coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching and listening to the Pure Life Podcast this week. My name is Frank Honus, and I wish you a pure life. God bless. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the podcast this week. I want to encourage you to check out our website, purelifepodcast.com, for a lot of great blogs and resources and podcasts from previous episodes to help you along in your journey for sexual purity. Remember, you can listen to the podcast on our website, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio. And if you need to contact me for any reason, if you have questions or comments, email me at frank@purelifepodcast.com. That's frank@purelifepodcast.com. See you next week.